Well, a big hello, everybody, and welcome back to G Bear's Off Gridways Homestead in the Desert. And there's Tomcat all wrapped up. It's a little windy and it's going to be a little cooler tonight. But I'm going to be getting him set up probably sometime tomorrow. But I got a few more things I got to do, and I also got to get my tangerine tree covered because going towards the end of this week it's supposed to get a little bit cooler down into the upper 20s. So I want to make sure that that's protected. And anyway, what I've been doing is I've been working on the addition that I'm going to put on here, which is going to have a safe route for Tomcat to use in case he's being chased by something, and he'll be the one that be able to get into it. Now, what's going to happen is at least one of those pieces of wood right there is going to end up being a support leg underneath the addition. I was going to put an addition on here across the front, and then I started thinking about that, and that's going to interfere with both doorways on this cage. It's got an upper and lower deck on it, and I don't want to do that. So I designed it so that it's going to go along this side of it, kind of like doubling the width of the cage that I have. But I'm going to have some type of support here, because if it just hangs there, it's going to make that top heavy you want to tip over. So I just need like one leg underneath the end, because I set it up, and I'll show you this in a minute. I set it up so it's got two cleats that go on the top right here, and which will screw down to the wooden cover on the top of this cage. And it's already screwed on the addition I'm going to put. And it goes 3 feet from here to there. So this is a little, I think it is 5 feet, or a little less than 5 feet going across this way. So it's going to cover almost the whole area. There'll be a little hiding area back behind there that'll give him access. And then I'm going to have one of those poles also wrapped in carpet that he can climb up to get to where the entrance is. And I'll show you that just in a few seconds here as we head into the workshop and show you what I've been doing all day long, besides twiddling one thumb over the other. Or was it one thumb under the other? Well, one was over, one was... Oh, well, I'll figure it out someday. Anyway, yeah, so anyway, I'm going to have it hanging on this side, and I made it the same height as the upper part of the cage here, so it'll be hollow underneath, and that'll give Tomcat a good runaway. I'm also thinking about getting a piece of 6-inch PVC and tacking it up underneath the bottom of the new cage that has a tube that comes around and bends up with a 90 bend on the end, right in front of the little access door that'll get him into his cage. So he'll be able to run this way, go up and scoot inside of that tube, and then go through the tube and go up the bend and into his S-turn hallway to get into his safe room. And I don't think a coyote is going to be able to follow him through all of those twists and turns, because a coyote's body is not as flexible as a cat's body. And even just going through the 6-inch tube would be tough for a coyote. So anyway, as we come in here in the shop, yeah, I had to have the lights on today because it's been overcast most of the day. Here's what I've been building. So this is the entrance. This would be the part that's facing the container out there. And I put a window on this side with a screen on it. But I got to get that piece of siding down right there. That's plywood siding. And there's going to be a window on here that's hinged that'll lift up and have like a sunshade awning hanging off the top, so that I can let some air in without too much sunlight heating up the cage when the summer comes. So I also have to caulk all of these joints to make sure that it's a little bit more warm in that. And then on this side I put the doorway, and this is going to also have a window cover of the same type right here, so that it can open up like this, give him a little sunshade, but let some air in. And I think that's going to work out great. So temporarily, I just put this on here to be a lock for the door, but that'll be changing. So the door opens up like this, and there's the other half of the hallway right there. Now, that hallway is only 4 inches wide, and you got to come in through the door, make a 90-degree turn, come down the hall, make a 90-degree turn to come in. So that would be a real hassle for a coyote. He might get in the inside, get his head up to that point, but he's not going to be able to get his whole body down through there and make the bend to get in. I think that'll be just too much hassle for him. So I also have this little igloo unit that I think I'm going to put inside of here, right in that corner right there, with the opening facing out this way, so that he'll have another little warm area to climb into when the temperatures get down a little bit. And we'll see how he likes that. But, with the windows closed in here, it'll be a little bit warmer than just the tarp over the other one. And I will be putting a tarp over the top of this one too, for when the rains and that stuff start, so that it'll be a little bit watertight, and don't have to worry about that. So this is what I've been doing all day. I have all these hinges and things like that still in stock here. Like I said, I look through junk piles when I see stuff like that. I just grab it, bring it back here, and I say, I can use that for something down the line, so I'll keep that. All this stuff that you're looking at is all stuff that's was actually headed or slated for the dump. And these screens are really solid. And this one is actually cut into the door. I notched or grooved the door and put the screen on it when I was assembling the door frame. So that one's not going anywhere. And it's strong wire, so I don't have to worry about anything biting it and crushing it or anything like that. So pretty nice little unit. These are the cleats I was talking about on the top, and those will go over the wooden top that's on there, which is a piece of 3/4 just like this. And then I'll be shooting screws up from underneath, from the wood underneath into these things, like I did on this one and that one. So those two will give me the anchor against the wall. And then down here, I put an L brace or an L bracket, and I'll be using a self-drilling screw right into the metal leg of the other cage, so that this is anchored against the bottom, so it won't swing away from there. And there'll also be another one over here, but I'm not sure exactly where it's got to go, whether it's going to go on the side here to meet the metal strut or not. So I just left it off until I actually get this thing hung, and then I'll add that as the last thing. So the two cannot separate in any way. And then of course, the single leg I think I'm going to put will go right here in the center under this window. That should give it plenty of support. And then I'll have over here, I think I'm going to put also a little awning over this, so it makes it even harder for anything to get in other than a cat. And then I will have the post that comes up right here, and I'm just going to have a metal bracket coming across, so it's not really a good comfortable thing, and it's probably only going to be a 4x4 in size, and it'll be coated with carpet, so the cat's claws will grab the carpet and he can climb right up it, just like a cat tree, and then scoot in there. And the coyote will be at a loss for how to climb that post. He could, of course, spring up on top of the post, but trying to balance on top of that little post with an awning hanging over the top just ain't going to make it for him. So that's the best I think I can do for keeping him safe. And I'm hoping it's going to be enough. So that's about it. Time to close up shop here and head inside and have a cold beer. Could have set my beer outside today to be cold. And yeah, I guess I better shut the lights off over here. There we go. And then I'll be closing this down and calling it a day. So thank you for joining me, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe down there. And don't forget to click the thumbs up. Leave comments and questions below. I'm usually pretty quick at getting back to you, unless I got my hands full working on something. So you're not going to be ignored when you comment to my channel. Yeah. All right. All closed up. This is G-Bear signing off.